Alright, once again, this video is not gonna be made. I was actually in bed and I told myself, okay, I have to make this video because what I want to say is never give up because that is what separates, you know, people who are great from people who are mediocre. What's the context for this video? So this is day 2 of building this project. It's a completely hacky project. It's a tool that analyzes WASM with Rust, and it's eventually going to be put into Pharo, which is an old programming language of Smalltalk. And it was such a pain. Yesterday we had a pretty good plan. You can go watch the video about pair programming and esoteric knowledge that I made yesterday, if you want to get caught up. But this morning we got started at 10, and it was a nightmare until 8 p.m. And it sucked. It was the worst. It was just it was like it was the definition of a hydra. It's you cut one head off. We were solving problems, and through solving these problems we were introducing 5 new problems. And this is not an exaggeration. To solve each of these problems, we had to introduce 5 more problems to solve this problem. Holy fuck, there's a bug. We had to solve 5, add 5 more problems to solve this problem, add 5 new problems, and it was ballooning out of control. And so we got some help. We found a workaround. This workaround didn't work, so it took an hour to try this workaround, right? Because you don't know what's gonna work. You just have to try stuff. But it wasn't like quickly trying stuff. It was like an hour of you know building this attempt only for it to fail, right? And then so we try something else. That's another hour and a half of building this new version, or this new solution, and then that also failed. And so it was from 10 to 8 p.m. So okay, 10-hour day, like that's not the worst. I think the worst it's ever been was during this hackathon that I did with my same friends and roommates. I worked a 48-hour day, or it might have been actually longer. I didn't sleep for 2 nights in a row because there's a deadline, and there was money on the line, and the money changes everything. And it's the same thing for this project. There's a lot of money on the line, and I've made very little money programming because I've never tried to get a real programming job. I've just been dead set on freelancing and making money on my own terms, because I don't really want a job programming. And I know that I originally started this YouTube channel to try to become, like developer relations type stuff. Everything's taking too long. I'm getting really impatient, and I just want money quickly. And so this is why we're building this project, to basically have a tool that's a debugger that lets you basically, teleport forward and backwards in time during an execution process, and add code in it during runtime, have like a hot reload for the debugger. It's going to be crazy if we can pull it off. But it's a lot of work, and we're also on a time crunch. And so circling back to the point of this video is to never give up, because once you give up, what do you even do? What do you even do after you give up? what is there to do? I mean, obviously you continue existing, you continue living, nothing really changes, but, you know, what does that, do to you? You took a loss, um, which, which is, I think, different from failure. Failing is, I mean, we failed all day today, and we got, a tiny little sliver of success around 8 p.m. And, I mean, that's that's awesome. Tomorrow when we, continue, we have a trail, right? Like, you're like a hunter, right? Or like a detective, is like everything's like dead, right? But you just get this one lead. But you're not gonna get that one lead if you give up. I mean, obviously, I don't really have to say that. Um, but I'm just thinking of other people who are, also in in this contest, in this prize pool, and like what are they doing? Uh, I don't know. Maybe they're working as hard as us. I don't think so. Um, I don't want to be mediocre. I want to be great, and that's why I can never give up. And I'm just forwarding this message because time and time again, these breakthroughs happen when things are at their worst, right? It's when it's really, really, really hard that's gonna set you apart from mediocrity. Mediocrity. Um, and this is like a whole mental game, right? Because we're programming languages here and stuff. But I swam for 9 years before college, and it's the same thing. It's when stuff is the hardest, in the middle of a set, the main set. You can slack off and just give minimal effort and just like get by, or you can really give it your all and perform very well. And then when you go to race, on race day, of course, you've trained like an animal, and you're a beast. And it's the same kind of, I'm applying this same mindset to freelance programming or like designing software. It's like kind of the same thing. What sets what the difference between greatness and mediocrity is pushing through when things get tough. And this means long work hours, and true effort, right? There's no goofing off. I mean, there's no time. There's no time to goof off. Like, I'm not gonna go take a long break. I mean, especially when you're working with people, it's like different. Like, you can't waste people's time and go do something else. Um, Even if you really feel like it, which at no point did I really feel like doing that, because I really want this and need this to work. So there's no giving up, because you know as I said earlier, like, then what? But like, another way of rephrasing that is like, what exactly is the alternative? Like, you have a goal and you need to achieve that goal. I've been teaching myself to program, and whatever, for like 2 years, right? And it never gets easier. Whatever you're doing, as long as you're growing, as long as you are expanding, it never gets easier. If it's getting really easy, like, you can settle. Um, there's nothing wrong with that, but that's not me. So it's just always discomfort all the time, but there's also a certain level of comfort with discomfort. As one of my swim coach always said, you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. And when you do it enough, you actually get uncomfortable when you get too comfortable. And that's what I'm scared of. That's why I quit my job building spectrometers in Florida to become a freelance programmer, because I had a good thing going on, right? I had a career ahead of me, but I don't know. I don't want that. I don't want that. I want it my way. So there's also probably a decent amount of like stupidity and hard-headedness, but those are probably qualities that you need if you really want to do what you want to do. um, Being comfortable being uncomfortable is a good thing. It's not stable, but you know that's not my goal. Or I don't really know who I'm talking to here. I don't know if anybody knows what I'm talking about. I mean, probably. Um, but I also know a lot of people who like stability and who like comfort, and that's fine. I don't understand that. I mean, I do understand that, because sometimes I do wish that I had, stability and comfort, but it freaks me out, because you only have one life. And I don't know, there's too much out there to be experienced. There's too many emotions and highs and lows to stay comfortable for me personally. Um, that would make I get very uncomfortable when things get too comfortable, whether that's staying in a certain location, staying with certain people, or like, relationships. Um, uh, you know, I don't really want to talk about dating here, but, it's committed relationships and comfort. I don't know. That's freaking freaky. There's too many people out there to, you know, have, pick one or have one. And it's the same thing with like, careers. There's too many things to do, right? Programming's just one thing that I do, but, YouTube as well. YouTube has been, I mean, phenomenal. One of my videos reached 770 views, I think. And I don't know why. I really don't. So far, most of my content has been me talking to a camera about like nothing. I mean, I guess, I guess I'm just sharing like my inner dialogue, um, which I don't see a lot of videos like that. So maybe it's a niche that people are looking for. Something a little more personal, because there's a lot of impersonality out there in the world, and I think that hurts uh, people in relationships when when well, I don't know. I'll finish my thought. Oh damn, it's 13 minutes. Um, I think that impersonability, or like not being yourself, or you know keeping things from people, um, is bad, because it makes other people feel like they also have to keep things from people. And I think this world is about sharing, right? Because it's like a weird what's it called? It's like kind of weird and ironic. It's like you are all alone in the world, but you're alone with other people, right? Because like you literally are one person. Like you are, like right now, I'm alone. But at the same time, I'm not, because I live with people. Or even if you don't live with people, like you still have a group of friends and family, probably. So the world really is about sharing and bringing people up. I think that People who have important things to share or personal revelations or just, advice or just anything to share. It should be shared because I think it helps people. It it helps people. Wow, it's fucking late. All right, 15 minutes. Now, do I want to wrap up with anything? Yeah, never give up. I guess I'll just give my reason as to why I went to bed and then got out of bed and I was like, okay, actually I need to make this video. So after this long day of work, I finished, I wrapped up this show that I've been watching with my friends called True Detective, and it has Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson, and I mean, first of all, phenomenal actors. They're incredible. Matthew McConaughey is goated. But gee, I guess I shouldn't give any spoilers, so I need to actually be careful here. What the hell is this? No, I don't want to remove this from my capture device. Alright. Damn. What was I saying? Oh yeah, True Detective. It's just really disturbing. The end, I mean, like, the whole show is so damn disturbing. I forgot about all the hours of labor and that I did today, and I was gonna make like a banger video where I was gonna be like, just tell you guys about my struggle today and how you shouldn't give up, which I guess I did, but it's like a little toned back now because I watched True Detective and it just had me thinking about all the creepy shit, and I was just so disturbed. I just like kind of lost my I lost that wave of like, I need to make this video talking about pushing through when things get hard. Then I went to bed, and then I like chilled out. I like stopped thinking about all the creepy stuff in the show, and I was like, okay, I think it's time to make a video now. So, alright, I think this might be my longest video yet when it comes to talking to a camera practice. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, have a good night. Or morning. Have a good rest of your... I don't want to limit it to just day, obviously. Week, month, years. If I say life, that's like kind of weird. Like, have a good life, because I'll probably be seeing you guys again. Have a good... Damn. It's really late. Have a good night's sleep, because you will sleep eventually. So, good sleep, good rest, and hope you guys wake up feeling ready to attack the day. Alright, peace out, guys.